Good morning, students of 10th standard. Again, we are back with English, and today we are going to learn a lesson which is something to look in the past and then the present and the future. Okay, it's connected to that. We often see the past and we say, "Oh, how I lived the life," and then how I have grown today and what I want to be in the future. And you 10th standard students surely might be thinking of that. You might be seeing how you were, how are you now, and what you want to dream. Are your dreams? Okay. So this is what we will see in today's lesson, where everyone has to. Have you played something called connecting the dots game, like join the lines and then you can write your names, connecting the dots. If you don't, if you have this one, I will show you what are the dots like, what it means. Okay. You might have played like that, no? One person will do like that, second person will do like that, then third person will do like that, fourth person will do like that. Then means one, if there are two persons like that, no, one person does like one person, then you try to join and then you write your name. Then someone else will do like that, like that, like that, and then you write another name like that. So where you can write, you can connect. This is called connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. Okay, something connecting the dots. So same thing is there, we have to connect the dots in our lives. Okay, so we shall see that in today's lesson. Okay, connecting the dots. Steve Jobs, you might be knowing who is Steve Jobs, was an American entrepreneur, business magnate, inventor and industrial designer. He was the chairman, chief executive officer and co-founder of Apple. Today many of you use Apple mobiles, okay, Apple laptops, Apple tabs. Okay, he is widely recognized as one of the pioneers of the microcomputer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s. He died in 2011. He was born in 1955. Today I want to tell you three stories from my life. That's it. Just three stories. The first story is about connecting the dots. I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months, but then stayed around as a drop in for another 18 months before I really quit. Looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me, and began dropping in on the ones that looked interesting. I didn't have a dormitory room, okay? So I slept on the floor in friends' rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5 cent deposits to buy food with, and I would walk 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it, and much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. Here's one example. Reed College offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country because I had to take a calligraphy class. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about what makes great typography great. Typography means the appearance of printed matter. Okay, 10 years later, when we were designing the first Maci- Macintosh computer, it all came back to me, and we designed it all into the Mac. If I had never dropped in on that course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces faces, or for that matter, even proportionally spaced fonts. Okay, now you see how in the Reed College he learned calligraphy, he learned the typography grade, serif typefaces, and that helped him to prepare the Mac. Okay, the Mac computer where he used that type of language. See how what he has learned in the past was helpful in his life. So that is how he connected the dots. And since Windows just copied Mac, it's likely no personal computer would have them. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college. When he was in college, he never thought that what course he's studying now will be helpful for him later on. But when he saw in the past, now that I have prepared this, but it is only because of I learned that is only I could use this. So my dear students, whatever you study today, whatever you put in today efforts is not going to be in waste. Somewhere or the other later on it will be of good use for you. So your talents grow on, your talents, your sports, your extracurricular activities, your studies, everything is very much important. That is why I say ARD, all round development. You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in some things, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Okay, this approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. My second story is about love and loss. I found what I loved to do early in life was Steve Wozniak, and I started Apple when I was 20. In 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company. After then, I got fired. It was devastating, but something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did, and so I decided to start over. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. See how he was fired, okay? How the garage into a $1 million company. He was successful, but again he began as a beginner. He was able to accept his situation, and that made him to grow. And most of the time we do not accept our situation, what we are facing, and that is why we are not growing. Accept it, accept our failures, accept whatever we do. We may not be number one, but accept it that we are number two, and then learn it for being number one. During the next 5 years, I started a company, next another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. Pixar is now the world's most successful animation studio. Apple bought Next. I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. Okay, renaissance means rebirth, revival, and Lauren and I have a wonderful family together. See how we got married and how the things went on. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. My third story is about death. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. I lived with that diagnosis all day. Later that evening, I had a biopsy. It turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery and I am fine now. This was the closest I have been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you: your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. So do not live what others want to live, how others' life is. You live your own life, my dear students. Don't follow others' life way of living. Don't live what others want you to live. You live what you are supposed to live. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't go by other people's thinking, you go by your thinking. You create your own road so that you can be successful. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Listen to your inner voice, what it is saying to you, how you are supposed to go. Take the ideas of others, but after take your own decision. Find out your own way for success. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. So listen to your heart. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called The Whole Earth Catalog. In the final issue, on the book cover, they put a photograph of an early morning country road. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. I've always wished that for myself, and now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish, says Steve Jobs. See, here is a list of 20 amazing life lessons we can all learn from Steve Jobs. Don't wait, make your own reality, control everything you can, own your mistakes, know yourself, leave the door open for the fantastic, don't hold back, surround yourself with brilliance, build a team of A players, means best players. Be yourself, be persuasive, show others the way, trust your instincts, take risk, follow great with great, make tough decisions. Presentation can make a world of difference. Presentation. Find a way to balance your intensity. Live for today. Share your wisdom. So this is all very much important for you to grow, my students. So we finish these lessons of Steve Jobs, that is connecting dots. So take this for your life and connect your own dots. Look into back, connect your own dots, and try to plan out for your future. God bless. Thank you.